1533. A single hug can make a woman fall for you or make her never want to see you again. And here's the scary part. Most men have no idea which one they're doing. A study from the Journal of Nonverbal Behavior found that people form a physical comfort judgment about someone within the first 4 seconds of touch. 4 seconds. That means by the time your arm's close around her, the verdict is already in. And if you're making any of the mistakes I'm about to walk you through today, she has already mentally filed you under never again. But here's what makes this even worse. The number one hugging mistake men make is why most men get this wrong. Something almost every guy does, and he thinks it's actually charming. I'm saving that one for last because when I tell you what it is, it's going to change how you approach every woman from this point forward. So let me set the scene here. You're at a party, a date, a casual meetup, maybe even just greeting a friend of a friend. The moment comes, she opens her arms or you open yours and the hug happens. Simple, right? Two people wrapping arms around each other. Barbies do it. Grandmothers do it. It shouldn't be complicated, except it is, because a hug is not just a hug. Not to a woman. To us, a hug is a full body scan of who you are. I know that sounds dramatic, but stay with me because the science backs this up completely. Dr. Jodie Whittaker, who studies the psychology behind first contact, is a psychology professor at UC Berkeley who has spent years studying touch and communication. Her research shows that humans can communicate at least 8 distinct emotions through touch alone. Gratitude, love, fear, disgust, sympathy, anger, happiness, and sadness. 8 emotions through one touch. So when you hug a woman, you're not just saying hello, you're sending out a message, and most men are accidentally sending the wrong one. Now I'm not here to make anyone feel bad. I'm here because once you understand what not to do, the right way becomes almost effortless. And honestly, some of these mistakes are going to make you laugh because you've either made the biggest hugging mistake yourself or you've watched your buddy do it and cringed from across the room. But before I get into the full list, I need to tell you about something that happened to my friend Sarah because her story is the perfect example of how one hug can change everything and not in the way you'd hope. Sarah had been talking to this guy for weeks, texting every day. Great chemistry online, funny, confident, everything she wanted on paper. They finally meet up for coffee. The conversation is flowing. He's even better in person. She's thinking, okay, this might actually be something. At the end of the date, they stand up and he goes in for the hug. And what happened in the next 3 seconds completely killed every ounce of attraction she had built over 2 weeks of conversation. She told me about it that night, and her exact words were, I physically recoiled. What did he do? I'll tell you exactly what he did, but not yet because his mistake is actually number 6 on my list. And I need you to hear the others first so you understand why that one is so damaging. Let's get into it. Mistake number 1, the dead fish. This is the hug where a man's arms go around a woman, but there's zero effort behind it. His hands barely touch her back. His body stays stiff. There's a visible gap between his chest and hers, like he's trying to hug her through an invisible wall. Here's why this is such a problem. When a woman gets this hug, the message she receives isn't that he's being respectful. The message is that he doesn't actually want to touch her, and that creates an instant feeling of rejection, even if she wasn't romantically interested. Nobody wants to feel like hugging them is a chore. Research from Carnegie Mellon University found that meaningful physical touch, including hugs, lowers stress hormone levels and increases feelings of social support. But the key word is meaningful. A weak, half-hearted hug doesn't trigger that response. It actually does the opposite. It creates awkwardness and tension because both people can sense that something was off, but neither one says anything about it. So if you're going to hug someone, commit to it. You don't have to squeeze the life out of her. But your arms should actually make contact. Your hands should rest on her back, not hover like you're afraid she's made of glass. Be present in it. A half hug is worse than no hug at all. Mistake number 2, the human vice grip. Now we swing to the opposite extreme. This is the guy who hugs a woman like he's trying to merge their bodies together. His arms lock around her like a clamp. She can't breathe. Her feet might actually leave the ground, and he holds it while she's tapping his shoulder the way a fighter taps out in a match. Look, I get the intention. He's trying to show warmth, enthusiasm, maybe even affection. But what he's actually showing is that he has no awareness of her physical comfort, and that's a huge red flag. A study published in Comprehensive Psychology found that the ideal hug length is about 3 seconds. 3 seconds, that's long enough to feel warm and connected, short enough that nobody is filing a missing persons report for the woman trapped inside your arms. And here's the thing, physical strength in a hug doesn't translate to emotional connection. It translates to control. And when a woman feels physically overpowered in what should be a casual greeting, her nervous system doesn't think, "Oh, he's so strong and protective." Her nervous system thinks, "Threat." That's not the reaction you want to trigger. Mistake number 3, the back pat. Oh, this one. This is the hug where a man wraps his arms around a woman and then pats her on the back like he's burping a baby. Pat, pat. Sometimes it's rapid, like he's sending a Morse code message that says, "This is just friendly." I repeat, this is just friendly. Now, is this the worst thing in the world? No. But if you're hugging a woman you're interested in, this is basically putting up a neon sign that says friend zone and then plugging it in yourself. Body language expert Vanessa Van Edwards has talked extensively about how patting during a hug is one of the most widely recognized signs of friendly, non-romantic intent. It's a self-soothing habit. The patting is actually his way of easing his own discomfort with the closeness of the moment by breaking it up with rhythmic tapping. It's his subconscious saying, "Okay, this is close enough, time to back off." Women notice this. We always notice this. And if she was hopping for a moment of genuine warmth, what she got instead was a hug that felt like a teammate congratulating her after a company softball game. If you want to show that you're comfortable, that you're confident, and that you actually enjoy being close to her, just let your hands rest still on her back. No tapping necessary. Mistake number 4, the wandering hands. All right, I need to talk about this one because it's the mistake that makes women tell their friends about you, and not in the way you want. This is the hug where a man's hands start in an acceptable spot, upper back, mid-back, perfectly normal, and then they start traveling south slowly, like his hands have a mind of their own, and that mind has a very specific destination. I shouldn't have to explain why this is a problem, but here's why it's actually worse than most men realize. It's not just uncomfortable. It turns what should have been a warm human moment into something that feels calculated and predatory. And even if that wasn't the man's intent, even if his hands just drifted without him thinking about it, the impact is the same. A 2016 survey by the Associated Press found that 64% of women reported experiencing unwanted physical contact in social settings, and one of the most commonly mentioned examples was hands moving to inappropriate areas during what started as a normal hug. Keep your hands where they land. If they land on her upper back, they stay on her upper back. If they land on her mid-back, they stay on her mid-back. Your hands aren't tourists. They don't need to see the sights. Mistake number 5, the sidearm dodge. This is the one-arm side hug, and context matters a lot here, so let me explain. A one-armed side hug is perfectly fine in certain situations. You're greeting a coworker at a work event. You're saying hi to someone you barely know, totally appropriate. But here's where it goes wrong. When a woman opens up for a full hug, arms wide, body facing you, clear invitation, and a man gives her the one-arm treatment instead, it feels like a downgrade. It feels like she offered warmth and got a handshake with extra steps. Psychologist Dr. Susan Cross-Whitbourne from the University of Massachusetts has written about how mismatched physical greetings create an immediate sense of social rejection. When someone offers a higher level of closeness than they receive in return, the brain processes it similarly to verbal rejection. It stings, so read the room. If she's offering a full hug, match her energy. You're not too cool for a proper greeting. That distant one-arm move doesn't make you look aloof and mysterious. It makes you look like you're afraid of her. Mistake number 6, the smell check. Remember Sarah, my friend from the beginning, the one who had 2 weeks of incredible chemistry with a guy and then one hug destroyed all of it? Here's what happened. He hugged her, and it was actually a decent hug, good pressure, good length, hands in the right place. But then right at the end, right before he pulled away, he buried his nose in her hair and took a long, audible breath in, like he was tasting wine at a vineyard, like he was a perfume critic taking notes for a review. And look, I know some men reading this are thinking, but women smell good. What's wrong with appreciating that? And sure, in an established relationship, in a moment of real closeness, that can be a beautiful thing. But on a first meeting, when she doesn't know you well enough to be comfortable with that level of closeness, it's invasive. It crossed a line she didn't even know she had until he crossed it. Sarah told me she felt like she was being inspected, not hugged, not welcomed, inspected. And no amount of great texting could undo that feeling. They never went out again. The lesson here isn't that you should never appreciate how someone smells. The lesson is that closeness has a sequence, and skipping steps makes the other person feel unsafe. A first hug should communicate warmth and respect. That's it. The deeper stuff comes later, after trust is built, after comfort is established, after she actually wants you.